This is a practice called centering. And centering is getting present, open, and connected to what we care about. That's what we're practicing. Purposeful practice is a core aspect of what supports us in change and healing. And inside each one of our practices, there is a purpose. What are we trying to embody? In engaging with this practice, you're invited to create the space and choice to take care of yourself, to determine what is okay for you to practice, to make decisions that best meet your needs, including the possibility of ending the practice at any time and turning towards something else that best supports you. You can do this practice standing, sitting, or lying down. You can do it with your eyes open or closed, whatever feels best for you. So allow a moment to check in with yourself. What serves you and your body in this moment? So seated or standing or lying down, dropping your attention into yourself, into your body. And you can maybe begin to notice the temperatures present in your body. Where do you feel cooler? Where do you feel warmer? Just noticing what's happening all the way from your head to your sides and arms, to your core, your hips, your legs and feet. Coming inside of your own aliveness. Another thing you can perhaps notice is, where do you feel more relaxed inside of your body right now? Or where do you feel more tense or more numb? And again, just noticing and making space for what is coming into sensing and feeling without changing anything. And one more thing you can maybe notice is, where's the movement in your body? Perhaps the movement of your breath, or energy flowing in your body, or pulsing, or tingling. And this helps us to start getting acquainted with the language of the body and retraining ourselves to dwell inside of our full aliveness rather than our thinking self. So sensing, feeling what's happening in your body. And now dropping your attention down to center, a couple of inches below your belly button. And if it helps to bring your attention here, you can put a hand on your lower belly. This is our center of gravity when we're standing. So dropping your attention here, seeing if you can feel your belly from the inside. Perhaps feeling the gentle rise and fall of your belly with each breath. And if your hand is there, seeing if you can feel your hand on your belly from the inside. And we're going to center ourselves in 4 directions or 4 dimensions. Again, getting present, open, and connected. That's what we're practicing here. You can drop your hand and place it by your side. So centering first in length. And what we're doing here is we're settling down into our lower bodies while we're lengthening up at the same time. Just coming back into your full length. And if possible, just let your weight rest more into your lower body, befriending gravity. There's so much that pulls us up and out, right into thinking. So for now, seeing if you can find more weight in your hips, bringing more attention there, and dropping your weight down. Or perhaps finding the quality of sensation at the bottom of your feet. And making sure your knees aren't locked, just gently soft. And lengthening from the center up, coming into your full height. Perhaps making a bit more space in between each of your vertebrae. So we're lengthening and coming in a balance inside of length. And as we're centering in length, we practice centering inside of dignity, your inherent dignity, the inherent dignity of all beings, of all life, and really holding the dignity of all life, including you. So from all that length, let's now center in width. This is our second direction. So maybe feeling across both shoulders, letting yourself widen across your collarbones, into your shoulders, unfurling your shoulders. Letting your ribs widen side to side. Perhaps feeling how the in-breath expands the space between your ribs to the sides. Finding the width of your hips. And if it helps to touch some place to feel it more, going ahead and touching your shoulders or hips, widening out left and right all the way to the edges of your body. Maybe feeling your clothes along your waist or the outside of your knees or calves, and then widening out beyond the body. Widening out in your lower body and even widening your feet. Expanding out as much as you want from side to side. Width is the dimension of relationship, interdependence, belonging. Remembering to rejoin the circle of life. Letting ourselves out, letting others in, centering in width. There are many things inside of our life experience and our social conditions that ask some of us to shrink, to not take up space, or ask some of us to puff up. So we balance in centered width, being present by feeling the sensation. This is a place from which we can have centered boundaries or really connect more deeply with a relational space. So we have centered in length and dignity, centered in width and connection, belonging. And now we're going to center in depth. Backside, inside, front side. So dropping your attention inside your body. And you can perhaps feel or imagine your skeleton, your organs, your lungs moving, your heart pumping, maybe your last meal digesting. All these amazing organs that are working for you all the time, all that internal space. And from the inside, finding the back space in your body. Feeling for your back or the back of your legs, sensing the space behind you. Behind us is all of our lived experience, our ancestors and elders, our teachers, all the healing and the social change movements that have come before us, and millions of years of evolutionary wisdom. And with your attention on your backside and the space inside of you, see if you can expand your depth. Maybe 2 or 3%. Maybe taking a deeper breath. Perhaps feeling the depth of your hips and pelvis or your chest, allowing there to be more space inside of you and a deeper listening inside of you. Part of what we're doing inside healing is cultivating depth. Our own capacity to be with what we're noticing, sensing, feeling, and then holding that space for others, cultivating depth. So letting there be a little more depth, and then coming all the way to your front body, maybe finding your sternum or kneecaps, your toes, and then balancing back and front. So you're not pulling back, you're not pushing forward. You can be in your back and your insides and your front, connected to history, connected to your internal landscape, and then also facing into the future, which also means facing the unknown, occupying this moment fully. So feeling your whole self centered in length, width, depth, centering in dignity, connection, presence. And the last direction of or dimension is centering on who and what matters to us. And as I ask the following questions, taking a moment and really letting your body answer the questions. Who do you care about? Who matters to you? Maybe it's a dear friend. Maybe it's a family member, a child, or other than human kin. Maybe it's someone in your community, and letting yourself center in your care for them. And then the next question, again, feeling for the answer in your body. What do you want for your communities? Maybe you want more freedom, more safety, more empathy, more interdependence, more respect, more love. Letting yourself feel into that from the inside out. And the next question, what do you want for the world? Letting yourself feel into the answer. Even if you also maybe feel inept or helpless or not knowing what to do, that's okay. We can include all of that. We can make space for all of that. But what are you really longing for the world? Letting yourself center in that. And the last question, again, really letting your body answer. What's your purpose? What's your calling? Centering on what's important to you. Letting that come to your mind, heart, and body. What matters to you? What are you committed to? And whichever answer feels most palpable to you, letting that fill up your whole body. Letting it be in your full length, in your full width, in your full depth. What we're practicing is, how does that become your rudder? And how do you access it? Not just conceptually, but embodying it. Embodying what it is you most care about. So this is our centering practice. And as we come to the end of the practice, allowing yourself to take a moment to check in. What emotions are present for you? And it can be the whole range: settled, vulnerable, centered, happy, anxious, peaceful, sad, tired. Just staying in touch with what's happening in you, in your full self. If your eyes are closed, allowing them to gently open and reorienting yourself in the space where you are. And in closing our practice, I invite you to join me in dedicating the energy of this practice to the benefit of all beings, including yourself. Thank you for practicing with me.